Yes, so we are in the part 3 of the video. We have done the part 1 and the part 2. You could go check them out. I've always said if you watched the part 1 and the noise was too much, please, I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. My audio was bad. So for the hair, I said I was not going to fill up the other areas of the hair for this particular tutorial because that is not what I want to show in this video. So next up, we are going to attend to the next matters at hand. So let's close this, and anytime I want to record, I have to just keep checking on my Wacom tab to make sure it's working fine. So at this point, as photographers, the next thing we want to think about doing is the color grading process. Now, I had already done a little bit of the skin mashing in Capture One, so for that reason, I have less stress of trying to color grade this image. But even with that, we are going to pick out colors from this image and think which of them will be more preferable to use in the color grade of this image. So we are going to create a new layout, which is this one. Then I'm going to change my brush to a regular brush. I'm going to pick anywhere. I'm going to pick here. Then I'm going to paint it around here. Sorry, let me just make the brush a hard brush. So I'll just drop one here. Then I'll pick another color here. Then I'll drop it here. Then I'll pick another color here. Then I'll drop it here. And I'll pick another color here. And I'll drop it here. Pick this color. And I'll drop it here. I'll pick this color. And I'll drop it here. I'll pick this color. And I'll drop it here. So we have all these colors. So what I want to do is I want to look for the colors that are closer. If I find out that some of the colors are closer, I will just take between those colors that are closer. So I will just go back to, I'll come here, just use selective color. With the selective color, it's not showing me the last color that I selected. So I am just going to, I'm going to use that same method, but probably just off it. Say okay. Then I'll off it. Then I'll go in. Then what we want to check for is this. We want to check for this number and also this number. But let's go with the saturation of the number. So let's try this. The saturation is 55. Brightness is 55. 55, 45, 48, 55. This one is 45. This one is 48. This one is 54. We have 55. We have 54. We have 60. We have 66. We have 57. So we are going to use 57 because every other one of these colors, these ones are closer, but we have 60. So we are going to use in between the 40 and 60. So I'm going to use the 57. So I'm going to turn it back on, turn this off. Then I'm going to change the blend mode to color. When I change the blend mode to color, I'm going to turn it off once again. I want to select a skin so that it will be easy to apply the color grade, the skin mashing. So I'm going to take out these areas of the hair. Yeah, so we know we are just selecting just a skin. So minus the hair. So this is okay for me. It will give me a nice selection, but wherever is not selected, I am also going to add to selection. So I'm just going to say okay. Then I am going to select subject. Select subjects. It might take a little time, but it's going to select the subject. Yes. Yes. So I like the selection that it gave to me. I like it, so I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to mask that out. When I mask that out, I have this selection here. So I want to hold down my Alt and drag this to the mask. Then turn it on to be looking very reddish. That is not all, so we have to bring down our opacity to 30%. Sorry, 30% should be on this one. 30%. Yeah, 30% is also looking too much. But because of this neck area, I am going to leave it at that 30%. So I'm going to select the overall image. Then I'm going to turn on my mask and brush in the areas that are not added. Sorry. And then let's reduce the hardness of the brush. We can use our X to change between white and black. So I'm selecting the ears. So me selecting the image the way I just did makes the work easier for me. So these are areas I don't want the mashing to affect, so I'm going to take them off. So every other area in the picture I want the color to touch, I am not going to do anything about it. I'm going to leave it like this. So now the image is looking very, very amazing. If you're one of those people that really likes your image looking like you like your image to just be looking natural, please leave it like this. But if you're that person that still likes touching the image, then let's go do more to the image. So for my red, I'm going to bring in my red a little. Then for my yellow, I'm going to remove yellow. I'm going to add a little bit of magenta. So I'm going to bring it back up around 2. It should be around 3, which is okay for me. Then I'm going to come to the yellows. I'm going to bring this up. Then I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. Yes, I want to add a little bit of yellow and remove magenta from the yellows. Yes, remove. Yes, because she's not totally black. She's black, but not totally black. So I'm going to just create a group. I'm going to put this mask on the group. Then I'm going to put these two inside the mask. Yes. So everything I'm doing now will just be affecting the image. So I am going to just go back to maybe the neutral. Sometimes it's always good for you to move your sliders and see what they can give to you. So for this, I'm going to leave it at 1 because the yellow is already too much. And I'm going to reduce my magenta 2%. Now it's giving me green. I'm going to add 1% of that magenta back into the image. No, I'll just reduce it. I'll just leave it like that. Then I am going to add maybe color balance. I'll go with my shadow. And I'm going to add 1% of blue -1. Then I'm going to go to the mid-tone. The mid-tone I want, let me go to the highlight first because I want the highlight to be this area I want a little of that blue. Bulabai. If you're in Nigeria, you should know what that means. So I'm still gonna add blue. Sorry, I'm adding blue. About 8%. Then I added red also. But I'm never gonna tell you. Okay, let me just move it one step down. Yes, it's looking very okay. So let me go to the mid-tone and then I'm going to add 2% red, then 2% magenta. Now this is what I have, but right now the magenta is looking too much, so I'll keep it at 0. Then I'm going to keep my red at 1. Then I'm going to go outside the mask, outside. Then I'm going to add black. Just put like 3% of black. Yes, now the image has a very nice contrast. There is something I wanted to hide there. Let me show you. There is a rubber there. It's not showing very well, but at least now it's totally covered. But let's bring this down to 2 because the 3 is just too much. Then I am going to come to my eye cleaning. Then I'm going to clean the eyes. I'm going to clean her eyes. Remember to always zoom in when you're doing this so you don't make mistake. So I have this, but I am going to clean the eye a little with my regular brush. Did I say that very well? Regular brush. Regular, yes, okay. So I'm going to pick somewhere and paint on this area. I'm going to pick here and paint. I'm going to pick here and paint. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to reduce the amount of veins in the eyes, so you don't have vein running all over the eyes. Yeah. So for some cases you might want to reduce the amount of white that you have added to the eye, but for this case we are even trying to add more white to this part of the skin. We want that shine, so we're just going to bring this to this part to give it this shine, but we are going to remove it from the eye. Yes, we are going to remove it from the eye of the agouge. Yes, let's remove it. Then we blur. We go to the properties and we blur it. Here, then we can reduce it a little so it blends very well. So with just this one, you have this. You have this. I did not shape the face. I did not any other thing on the image. This is the final look of the image. Once again, for those of you who have been watching the tutorial from the beginning, I want to use this time out to say thank you. You are amazing. May God bless you. And once again, I'll be glad to see you in my next video. Peace.